Boom, we back. So, right now in the times we in, ego purification is very essential. Being more tapped in leads you to, but being more tapped in leads into divine knowing, right? Intuitive knowings and insights. So, I have a lot of people that bring me information like oracles, right? And I never knew I could have begin to experience that. You know, when you're on the outside of these truths, when you live in the false reality, mysticism and psychics and telepathy, you know what I'm saying? All of this stuff is foolish. It's outlandish almost to even be like, okay, somebody come told me a prophecy. We tend to think of prophets only in the biblical times. You know what I'm saying? So trying to wrap your mind around the fact that in today's age, we are living in biblical times. We are living because what is it called? Eschatology, end time study, right? So when they wrote these scriptures, these sacred texts, they wrote them in the form of eschatology, which means they were talking about end times. You feel me? Revelations is talking about your human body, your spiritual revelation, your spiritual awakening, obviously. Revelation means to reveal. So we are in the time of Armageddon. Armageddon means to reveal, the great revealing. So as I'm saying that, the same thing must take place within, as within, so without, as above, so below. We are in a time where we must reveal to ourselves the inner darkness. So everybody that's still running is keeping themselves at a low vibratory rate. Everybody that's still living their life in a mental lie, or as my boy B-Dell say, mental subjugation. You are continuing to keep yourself on a low vibration, which is not going to be in alignment with the planet's vibration pretty soon, because I'm not sure if everybody else seeing it, but I'm seeing it as far as the change in how the world is reacting to me based off the fact that my vibration keeps going up and everybody's either dropping or staying the same. So as I'm going through my daily life, having to check my ego is what continually increases my spiritual prowess, my spiritual growth, essentially, right? So what does that look like? Most people tend to always need to be right, or always need the validation of the world, or always feel like they know what's best, or need to be in control. That is egotistic living. You feel me? Always that is needing the power over the third dimension. Once we understand that the true power comes from within the spirit and is of a subtle nature, it's no more arguing. So you kill your ego. You transmute your ego by allowing your enemy to be right. Your enemy to be right, because no one is your enemy, right? But you are your only battle. So therefore, completing these tests, right? Because I noticed the higher you get in the spiritual game, the more tests you get. So being able to, simple stuff like if a car cut you off, being able to laugh it off or react with positivity. If you're in a store and somebody's making you wait obsessively long, being able to, with Savali, patience, you know, like Nas said, it's a good song, by the way. So being able to, matter of fact, even reading books is what clears your conscious mind. Your ego is going to continue to make you stay in the same cycle, right? But reading books changes the information that your conscious mind, your ego has. It changes the information that it has to base its judgments off of, essentially. Feel me? So now you can see clear, now you can act clearly. But if you remain in your ignorance, if you remain in the trauma in which you were taught as a kid, your ego continues to keep you in the same cycle, continues to keep you angry, disabled, anxious, depressed, up and down, back and forth, when really you should be transmitting your ego to remain in a balanced state, because one of the laws of the universe is rhythm. A swing to the left is a swing to the right, right? So once you start to understand that you need to be at the 0 point, right, at the neutral ground, being able to stay level even when things are hectic, even when the extremes are pulling at you, because you are the middle person, right? You have that angel and that demon on your shoulder. So knowing that your ego is constantly trying to pull you to do things of this world, so being able to question yourself. The first part of that is becoming aware, right? Once you are self-aware, you are able to understand the times where you are being nudged a certain way, or when you are reacting off of instinct, off a lower nature, animalistic, egotistical instinct. Not being aware is ignorance is the mark of the beast. Literally, ignorance is the mark of animal nature, because most animals don't have the ability to think of a higher concept, like being able to transmute energy from the outside and from within. So bringing your ego to the level of your higher self, right? Most of your ego consciousness lives in your lower three centers, your lower dantian, your root, sacral, and solar centers. So these things harbor your guilt, your shame, your fear, your sexuality, your primal instincts, you understand? So your primal instincts are what make you act irrationally, what make you act without thinking. You feel me? But most of us that are on an intelligent tip or on a spiritual tip, we are able to think before we act, right? So ask the question, is this a cycle that I want to repeat? Is this positive for me? Is this healing my life? Is this putting me towards the life I want to live? You feel me? Is this elevating my vibration? Because like I said in the beginning, remember, if you don't match the vibration of the planet, you cannot reside on the planet, or where the planet is taking itself, or where the solar system is taking the planet. So just understand that your ego that tells you to chase money or chase women or chase friends or chase anything of this third dimensional paradigm, it's what's keeping you in a low vibration, because obviously solids are in a slower vibration than gases. So as the late great, well, not late great, as the great Bobby Hemmings say, full mind, empty house. Full house, empty mind. So remember that what comes first is the spiritual essence, and nothing down here is higher than that. Transmute your ego, transmute your feelings of victimization, because we are not victims. We are powerful chaos beings.